Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Fayaz Ahmed. I'm speaking from Khobar, Saudi Arabia. I hope you're all as excited as I am to be part of this futuristic platform. Any venture to flourish in the presence of needs the presence of optimum demand and supply. We have started this after identifying that there is a huge demand in our community for such a platform. And the idea needs a proper channel and proper medium to grow. However brilliant an idea remains just an idea if it is not nurtured into action. So with that in mind, we have got into action and established this platform. So we strive for excellence in whatever we do and what we want to achieve. So we have laid out a set of aims and objectives to align with this vision of IICCB. Our community is exposed to risks of differential treatment, as we all know in the current circumstances. So majority of us are not aware of the policies that are available to us. And people do not understand what these policies are and how they affect our lives. And even if some people do, they cannot voice their concern because it is difficult to voice such opinions on robust forums. So having such a platform gives voice to the opinions of our community and to identify the risks and mitigate those risks. So having helpful sources, valuable information, contacts, job opportunities, collaborations and partnerships are the need of the hour for our community. There is a dire need for such opportunities. So such arrangements also help during and after, God forbid, any disasters occur. So it is important for us to be in a well-knit organization wherein everybody can come together to face any such calamities. Engaging with foreign countries through their embassies to explore new ventures and business opportunities. IICCB aims to achieve these and much, much more. We aim to empower Muslims by providing data present nationally and internationally to identify resources for growth. We also aim to provide legal advice to comply with regulations whenever somebody wants to start a business. If there is concern that we might miss out on information which is available in non-Islamic chambers, we plan to collaborate with them and also strengthen our platform from their experiences. We will also provide training sessions. If you think Indian Muslims would be better positioned if there was support from overseas, we would be providing networks to overseas investors. IICCB provides with all the opportunities you can think of and much, much more. The aim is to help budding entrepreneurs to launch business portals and promote business activities. In this era of social media, we would provide robust social platforms. We would also assist in import and export when required. We shall address various verticals, be it hardware, software, agriculture, healthcare, infrastructure, textile, media, energy sector, and logistics. We aim to be a connecting bridge to benefit all parties involved. We shall provide financial support when required, incurring expenses involved in chamber promotion and development. We shall act as incubators for startup companies. We shall have economic assistance for in terms of microfinance. We shall act as a rating agency for community businesses, whereby we provide honest reviews for the business to better itself. It's not just about our own flight to success. We shall form delegations and encourage members to take part in robust robust dialogue with decision makers and influence public and business policies which will benefit our community. We shall provide educational and skill development scholarships, sponsorships to the community students and underprivileged members and non-members. So by providing Muslims with all these benefits, while we do this, we encourage each one of you to take full advantage of such a platform and take full advantage of each sector or each vertical which IICCB wants to venture into. At the same time, we shall remain very firm on the principles of our vision and will not deviate from the set path. We will not encourage defaulters and will even penalize defaulters. We will strive to function strictly on the Islamic principles, which will be our path to success. So these are the objectives in brief. If there are any questions, I will.
Mr. Zabeeullah.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Mohammed Zabeeullah here. I work with an accounting and advisory firm. So I'm here to talk to you about the legal structure. I hope to answer some of your questions that you have already asked in terms of the legal structuring, how it's established, where it's registered, and what are the registrations that we're going to apply for, inshallah. So I will start with the main topics. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, so we'll be talking about the legal structure, the trustees, role of trustees and MC, legal compliance, and the legal services that IICCB as a Chamber of Commerce would be providing. So Indian Islamic Chamber of Commerce and Bureau has been registered as a trust. So in India, we have three types of not-for-profit organizations: a trust, a society, and a Section 8 company, to ensure compliance with the government law, both Government of India and Government of Karnataka. Also to ensure that we are managed by our own bylaws as well, and in compliance to those, we have registered the body as a trust. Consciously, we have taken some decisions in this. As per the trust deed and also as per the bylaw, we have very clearly ensured and stated that we will not entertain any representation in our board from any political or religious sects. So that is one thing that we are very particular about. And also, as discussed, the structure of IICCB has been made in such a manner that no individual or a group of people can have complete control of the operations of the chambers. So more into that will take up later, inshallah. So trustees, in order to comply with the legal requirements, we have just started off with 3 trustees to start with. But the aim of IICCB is not to limit the number of trustees or to limit participation. We wish to be an umbrella organization through which aims to work in a collaborative and unified approach. We have an open structure, and we look forward to enrolling members from chambers of commerce, NGOs, associations, and institutions who would like to work with us towards the common goals that we have established. We are already in the process of identifying industry leaders, bureaucrats, community leaders who can add value to the idea of IICCB, and will be adding them to the board of trustees in the near future. Moving on to roles of trustees and management committee. As stated earlier, IICCB has been set up in such a way that we will not be creating any powerhouses as such. The core team has ensured that the powers are divided equally or in some proportion between the trustees and the management committee, so that effective, independent, and efficient operations are ensured. Coming to the legal compliance with respect to IICCB as a chamber, as stated, we have registered as a NGO. We have applied for PAN and TAN and in the process of opening the bank account. As the chair rightly stated, we registered on May 22nd as a trust. So we are in the process of getting other registrations. So going forward, inshallah, we would be applying for 12A. We'd also be trying for ATG, Goods and Service Tax Registration, applicable labor law registrations, Niti Aayog, and other registrations wherever are required to comply with the laws of the land. Apart from the above, the legal team will act as primarily a watchdog to ensure compliance with internal rules, the bylaws that we are setting up, and also the regulations as published from time to time, with complete adherence to the Indian law. That aspect cannot be understated, because compliance is something which as a community, unfortunately, we lack. So our idea is to be compliant ourselves and also ensure through our legal services wing, we also provide our members and others compliance services to adhere to the laws of the land. So as a legal cell, we will also be providing certain services such as business startup advisory, continuity planning, due diligence of businesses, investment advisory. We are also intend to set up incubation centers. We also provide business valuation, and arbitration is also an important area which is often neglected. So that is also something that we would like to look into. So this is the basic idea of the legal wing that we have established in IICCB. I'm open to any questions that you might have. As with respect to the question, with respect to providing services, it can be provided to Muslims around the globe.
There's one more question from Farina Maria. Do all members of the company firm have to be Muslims to avail IICB support in getting set up?
We have, okay.
Do all the members of company firm have to be Muslims to avail IICB support in getting set up?
Can I address? Is for the chair?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Please. Go ahead.
Okay. The objective of this chamber is to concentrate and make it exclusive for Muslims. So we want only Muslim brothers and sisters to engage with us, so that maximum beneficiary should be our community. It is the approach is to build our own core strength and make our businesses self-sustainable, and we make ourselves, within ourselves, we create our own strength to ensure that we compete with the mass. So now the question comes whether the non-Muslim can be a member. Of course, we will create a special category to accommodate non-Muslim members who will be beneficial to us. But primary objective of this chamber is to attract Muslims and concentrate on Muslims. That's the way we are working from day one. The entire purpose of this chamber is to create a business platform by the Muslims, for the Muslims, and to the Muslims. This is a very clear objective. And we find we are lacking, and we have to make ourselves self-sufficient. This is the agenda of this entire chamber.
Okay, there is another question from brother Hamid Raza. If anyone is registering a company, how legal team help on that regards? That is for the panelist.
We can help you in terms of advising on the right structure for your company, the right capital structure, the right partnership structure, whether it be LLP, partnership, or a private limited company. We can also tell you what are the required registrations to perform your role or execute your business as such. So we can take you through the entire process of applicable registrations and all the right structuring as well.
There's one more question from brother Sadiq Ahmed. Does this chamber intend to push for Sharia banking windows with RBI?
Can I say something on
Okay.
this? It's for the chamber. It's for the
Please.
chamber. Okay.
Please, please.
See, let us understand. I also part of a Sharia advisory. We also tried to made attempt, during 2009, 10, and 11, to make some kind of aggressive. We took aggressive initiative to request the RBI to make changes and create a provision for Sharia banking. Unfortunately, the problem with us is the act has to be amended and it has to go through Parliament. Therefore, that has got its own complications to get that kind of support within our political system. So those decisions have been deferred. Though RBI time and again it says that they will try to examine and explore the opportunity of Sharia banking, but in reality, the act has to be the banking. The RBI rules and guidelines doesn't allow a Sharia-based bank to exist in India today. So more or less, what they have done, they have created some kind of Sharia-based microfinance companies which are running in Kerala and other part of the world. But as a bank, we have not got any clearance. And I think from our perspective, from the chamber's perspective, we are not looking that as a main objective in our business platform. Inshallah, if there is a chance, if it happens, we will put ourselves also in the front and try to see that how we can facilitate the Indian entrepreneurs to enter into a Sharia banking. Inshallah. But as of now, we have not got any such objective. Thank you.
Jazakallahu khair for all the moderators and all the answers. Thank you so much, Mr. Zabi, for taking us through the legal process and how we are doing the business. With this, we are going to be taking up the next topic. As what we will do is we are going to be taking in only 2 to 3 questions at the max per session, as we are having a time limit. So once we are done with the entire presentation, you reserve your questions to the end, because we're going to spend a good amount of time to answer as many questions as possible. So I request all the attendees to kindly be patient in asking the question and reserve your questions wherever you're finding in the important points. If you are not able to remember, write it down and keep it with you. Don't type it immediately. Keep it with you, and we will take up the Q&A at the end. So I would like to introduce Saleem, Ahmed, and Syed, Hidayath to basically take us through the next session.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to present the members' benefits. Myself, my name is Saleem Ahmed. Along with Mr. Hidayatullah, will take you through the members' benefit. Okay, next slide, please. In this chamber, there are approximately 50 membership benefits. However, in this presentation, few important points are presented, and we have grouped in 5 major categories so that we can collate and present it easily. Okay, the major categories what we have classified is information, then skill and career, business, investments, and sharing. Okay, first thing is about information. First point, information. Information does help us. Chambers information and other information from different sources like government policies, newspapers, magazines, etc. will be gathered, and central database will be maintained and distributed to respective members according to different vertical sectors. That is automobile and construction, those kind of different sectors. Regular newsletters. Chambers will publish newsletters regularly with important information to all our members. It will have the recognition with Hall of Fame, Chambers News, business promotion information, and selected articles from the members. Provide reliable preliminary data of members to the community business. There is chambers will provide preliminary due diligence assistance to members to deal within network without any fear. From IICCB database, chamber will provide verified data of members, which is prepared after financial scrutiny of balance sheets, so that the members can trust and take their actions for investments and for the business activities. The next point is related to skills and career. Skill development by the members for the members, like our chairperson already informed the motive of the chambers. It is for the members. Chambers will provide different trainings in areas like automotive sector, construction sector, mechanical sector, etc. And chambers will have the ownership of the training and the trainer. They will own the full training program. And a certification of skill qualification will be issued after the training. Objectives is to support the community and to utilize the offerings from the government. Training can be for the open market skills or project specific skills with attractive training fees. Next point, manpower demand and supply. Chamber will identify manpower needs of community business and engage our talents with the business. And also to create job portals, job fairs, and organize mass interviews and recruitments from small, medium, and big organizations. Next point related to technology advancement and talent. Chamber will identify technology needs and demands across industry and supply adequate resources, talents from our community. Chamber will be instrumental in connecting both sides. Advanced and high demand consultants will be available through chambers to place it in the areas where there are no representations or wherever opportunities are available. Next point is related to blue chip talent for future. Here, chamber will conduct workshops every year and hunt talent to place them at top high profile positions like CEOs at national and international levels. There are always exceptional people in all teams. In the workshop, chamber will groom the professionals in their respective fields with the required sponsorship and support. Next point related to providing training on business etiquettes. Chamber will conduct personality development programs for upcoming businesses to create more trustful relationship with the national and international customers. This is to impart right practices of customer facing and business ownership. Example, financial commitment, time commitment, polite behavior, professionalism in approach. Next is conduct LDL, LDP and MDP programs from renowned institutions. LDP, that is a leadership development program. MDP is management development program. For top management positions like CEOs, chambers will conduct such certified programs with sponsorship or with discounted fees through renowned national and international institutions like Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge universities. Generally, these institutions offer such programs at higher cost, like $25,000 to $40,000. So chambers will collectively represent on behalf of members and negotiate the course fee in bulk. The next point is related to conduct educational fair. Chamber will organize events and exhibitions by bringing leading institutions to promote their courses and further act as a mediator between educational institutes and students to place right candidates in right institutions. Also, chamber shall negotiate bulk fees structure for the community students, inshallah. With this, I thank you, and I invite Mr. Hidayatullah for the next slide presentation. Next slide, please.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. This is Syed Hidayath here. I'm CEO of a company called Captor. It's a transportation marketplace, an FDA funded startup. And I also help startups in mentoring them from the idea to POC and take them to the seed level phase. I'll be talking about business opportunity benefits, investment benefits, as well as the knowledge sharing benefits of the chamber today. Regarding the business benefits, promote SME products for global online marketing. We at Chamber shall offer a platform to list members' brands in the portal, social networking sites to connect global businesses, to advertise the products in IICCB portal and in social media to leverage the market. We will have a sub portal for each of the verticals to showcase the product availability. Also, members and entrepreneurs can get feedback from the community before the product is launched into the market. Platform will offer R&D, market and product support. Reviewing the stressful businesses, reorganization, finance and expertise. We our chamber will provide professional assistance in debt restructuring, organizational restructuring, asset restructuring services to the stressful business owners of the chamber. Stressful businesses generally goes to the bank and gets loan repeatedly with high interest liabilities. Chamber will give information and knowledge support and guide him to be successful and also utilize the capacity available from the other community members in the chamber to help him. See the possibility to reduce spread of risk, share the project and share the profits and utilize the capacity and reduce the capital investment to the business and reduce the burden. Arbitration. Member will get a platform wherein they can bring in their business conflicts to settle at the preliminary levels under Chamber's arbitration unit. The unit will try and resolve or provide compromising formulas to the conflict to avoid court cases as well as unnecessary legal tussles. When doing the community work, Chamber will try to settle the issues and find a win-win to both parties. Community lawyers, judges, IS officers, KS people can be part of the panel for the settlements. The outcome will be productive, time-saving, financial gain focused back onto the business for the members. Promoting cross-border opportunities through foreign embassies data. Chamber will schedule meetings with foreign embassies to understand the cross-border opportunities. This is a bigger area. There are many projects of many Indian projects being executed in foreign countries. Embassy officers will have a separate division to promote the Indian products. The embassy's commercial officers will have the targets to have more exports from India to maintain the trade deficit. Embassy will be able to provide such information about the products in foreign embassy commercial division and sharing the information about government tenders, Indian as well as international. There are many projects with bigger budgets in Indian and international level. Chamber will bring this information to the community and to get allocated funds from the government for the deserving business owners. Investments. We all know that most businesses fail because of lack of funds, as investment is the fuel any business needs to grow. The biggest challenge for innovative business is financial support. We don't necessarily have an angel fund from our community for the innovation. Israel, for example, spends a lot on innovation, and you see the technology advancement from them and their leadership position in the world. We at IICCB will develop an investment for innovative businesses as well as local businesses, bringing in successful entrepreneurs, angels, and NRA investment to India to invest in our members. Members will be investing in individual capacity and on the two types. One is equity as well as debt investment. In Islam, equity is allowed, debt categories allowed without riba or interest. Equities should be Sharia-based investments. Chamber will not invest directly, it will only act as a facilitator between the investor and the investee. For example, in hospital needs 100 crore, Chamber will study the investment opportunity, offer and inform the members for investment. There can be criteria related to riba. If the project owner wants to invest through IICCB, then there can be no additional non-riba investment from the owner. For one more example, an innovative startup needs an investment. They have a great idea and a great market need. We could facilitate the investment through our investment network, and that startup could, within our community, could grow to become an unicorn with this support. So the means of support will be crowdfunding, microfinance, debt restructuring, and joint venturing. This will be a special service for specific members. And sharing, we will work on arranging knowledge sharing sessions. We will work on arranging sessions on benefits for best practices from the industry, as well as the social responsibility of donations to the hospitals, as well as the needy organization in the community. Thank you.
My name is Tippu. Organization work that they exhibit integrity and a lot of honesty and trust and transparency. So what we strongly believe is that we show exhibit these principles, especially in the light of our community to grow, right? Success without integrity is an absolute failure, right? So that is what we imbibe, and we want to portray as an honest, transparent, and integrated, well integrated organization. Now, like I said, bylaws form the Bible of, or a constitution of any organization. We need to make sure that we are deliberating on these aspects. Can we move to the next slide, please? So the critical fundamental principles that we are talking about are, like I said, integrity, trust, and transparency, where we will lay the foundation for management and ensure that there is proper oversight, right? And we will structure the board to add value to our community. There were questions that, will this cater to only large business houses or small business houses? Our objective is to make sure that we take the entire community, and you will hear when brothers talk in further slides about subcommittees and all that, how we would want to take along the other small businesses as well, right? And obviously, without saying, ethics and responsibility and acting reasonably is an integrated thought and trait, right? So that is what we stand for. We have deliberated about looking at the previous market experiences, and we have set very stringent policies about zero tolerance to corruption. We are accountable, we are reasonable, and we have a sensible leadership. We have in our panel the young lot who are fearless and who speak their heart out, and we need such people. And like at the start, we clearly stated that we are an apolitical chamber. We do not want to affiliate ourselves with any of the political parties or any political leaders. They can definitely come as a member, but when it comes to governance, we would want to stay apolitical and very clear about it, right? We have in fact stated this in our bylaws, and we are very serious about it. Let's move to the next slide, please. So the way how we have structured this is we have seasoned industry experts who will be onboarded as trustees, under which the trustees will mentor the managing committee, will hand over their rights to function, and the managing committee will take over as a legal entity to preside over the office, right? Once the managing committee is there, we would conduct elections within the managing committee to make sure that we recruit or we elect the office bearers, and the entire managing committee will also be responsible to head a lot of subcommittees, right? So the subcommittees could be based on the various industries that we have listed here. If people think that something needs to be added, we can definitely add. We would also want to focus in the unorganized sector, right, where people do not have a brand, but they are a successful business house. How do we take them to a corporate structure is what we will get them onboarded, and we will give them the guidance. Alongside, there are a lot of experienced people who would not want to be part of our managing committee, or say, like Zabeeullah brother said, they cannot be donating and they cannot be participating. So what we have thought is, from all walks of society, be it foreign nationals or be it non-Muslims, can sit on our advisory committee, and both advisory committee and trustees together will guide these managing committee. So the structure is very well thought out, and we have considered the previous failures. We want to keep it airtight, and like I cannot emphasize more. There is no room for corruption. There is zero tolerance for any such things. There were questions about infighting. We have kind of laid our rules such that, you know, we work, we collaborate. This is the need of the hour. Otherwise, we will have a major challenges which we have seen in the past. So next slide, please.
Thank you, Yazdan. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to the topic on women empowerment. Do you have an idea? Do you have the courage? Do you want to achieve success? Do you want to be happy about yourself? Do you want to show people that you're not limited to their definition of you? Are you that woman who feels that Islam has given you the rights to flourish, but are unable to do so due to lack of support and various other inconveniences? Then we are here for you. IICCB is a platform that supports ideas and initiatives and encourages you to discover yourself and achieve great heights. All you have to do is just believe in yourself. You are not restricted to just being at home. Yes, we have roles, but Allah has not limited us to it. Let me give you examples. Do you know about Khadija Raziallahu Anha, an entrepreneur? How about Nusayba Raziallahu Anha, a great warrior? What about Rufaida, the medical expert? Aren't these examples enough? Your hijab doesn't show your weakness. It shows your strength. Your religious commitments doesn't mean you're orthodox. It shows your strong foundation. Remember, Islam gave women equal rights 1400 years ago. To be precise, it's 1441 years. Sisters, we see your talent. You're bubbling with energy, zeal, excitement. You can channelize these into discovering how truly capable you are. You have the talent, and we shall provide for you. Trust in yourself, your capabilities, and you will, inshallah, shine bright than you thought you can. Now, what does IICCB bring for you? We bring in assistance in your education. We help transform the unorganized sector into the organized. We help in holding hands for startups. We provide platforms for innovation. Training and skill development is a part of it. Share your ideas, and we are here to support. We assist in initiatives. Collaboration and networking platforms are a part of IICCB. We share business models. We assist in initiatives are a part of IICCB. We share business models. Are a part of IICCB. Generate resources and legal support and much more. To conclude, I'm sorry, I think this is, and much more. To conclude, just to tell you, we are here for you. Just you have to get in touch with us.
Myself, Mohamed Tanveer. I have a colleague of mine, Mariam Tahoora. We are the fellow members from IICCB. We would like to take an opportunity to present you on board membership. We would kindly, Azmathullah, could you kindly move to the next slide? Here, we would like to bring to your notice the procedure on how you are doing the onboarding. First, you apply and you have after that, we validate the member and then we approve it. After that, you get enrolled in our IICCB. Next slide, Azeem, Azman. Firstly, we would be reaching to all Muslim profession on and provide with a platform to network and build business connections. Secondly, viewed outreach will happen through our reference, social media, and sharing, promoting of brand during events. Interested candidates may apply using the application form after due consideration to the membership types. Then we have the potential candidates can request to go through our member bylaws and member benefits document to make an informed choice. Next slide, Azmat. The application will be reviewed by the panel to eliminate any doubt or unauthenticate members. Members of IICCB are expected to be active and to contribute towards growth of the economy. We believe in our members and intend to maintain this as a group that promote fair trade and hence are rigid about verification. Candidates whose application and details are verified will be validated and will await approval of chair. Next slide. Yeah. Candidates whose membership application has been approved will be enrolled as an active member of the IICCB group. Their names will be included in the business network directory. They shall receive the notification at the contact details provided with them. Once you are enrolled, the members will receive a new member package which will contain details about how to interact within the organization and connect. New members are expected to give a brief introduction about themselves to make other group members aware to their scope of contribution. Next slide, Ahmed. Here we are sharing you the membership fee. We have completely given free of cost for the students in the IICB platform. For independent individual or anyone who is not part of a business firm or a profitable organization, or freelancer, anyone self-employed and does not have a own firm. Third, the professionals who are in the space of your doctors or engineers or lawyers or teachers or chartered accountant and other professionals with their identification card or the license which is required, a nominal fee of 5,000 rupees is charged. And then you have the limited domain where all the business owners with a turnover of less than 10 lakh rupees, a nominal fee is charged of rupees 5,000. Then we have a meridian domain, which is the business with less than 1 crore turnover is only charge of rupees 7,000. The standard, all businesses with a turnover of more than 1 crore would be charged a fee of about 15,000 rupees. We are looking on this platform for all the participants who have participated from the time of this inception of this webinar. We kindly request you to come on board and help the community. We have started this initiative for the cause of Allah to help the community, as many of our fellow members, especially Mr. Amin Bhai, who is a chairperson, who has addressed all the answers and the queries. We as a Muslim community, we all need to work together and show our strength in developing our economy of the country and stand in front of all the people who have pointed fingers on us. I one and all request and humbly request to join in this IICCB platform to face and to provide a better platform for us now and as well as future. Mariam Tahoor would also take the next slide. Mariam.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Tanveer sir. Yeah, so membership application form, we're finally on the crux where we will be onboarding new members. So this we are doing, basically we want to have a platform which ensures that the people onboarding are authentic. Since the principles of IICCB are very clear, we are conducting free and fair business for everybody. And so we need to be very rigorous in our verification process so that we eliminate all those parties who are not interested or come with vested interests. So the whole point of Islamic business practices is to be free, fair, and good. Like Brother Zahid said in the beginning, Amin and Sadiq. So these are the two traits that we are going ahead with. For this, we have drafted a membership form. We understand that our base would be very wide, so we are trying to have people who are businesses which are right from who make more than 1 crore turnover to those who are freelancers, students as well. So our membership base is quite wide, and therefore we want to make this form available both. It should be both free, feasible, and accessible. So we're trying to make this both online and offline. Right now we are at the stage where we are we're freezing the form details that we will be collecting, and we're just deliberating over the form platform, which will be online. And we will be sharing the link with it shortly on our Facebook page. We have answered that as a question. Please do follow our Facebook page while you're at that. So the details that we will be collecting for our membership application are your personal and contact details, your work experience and professional details as well. Also your KYC details. Now the reason we are collecting this are your personal details, so we can be in touch with you and inform you of any new event or anything that would be of benefit to your business. Your work experience and professional details, we collect this so that you can be of good contribution to the platform as well as for other businesses as well. So the whole idea of IICCB is networking, and networking the right way, the way that the Prophet ﷺ taught us to, right? So these are the details that we will be collecting, and soon we will be rolling it out online as well. So I hope most of you we have convinced you to join us and be a part of this big family. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. This is Faruk here. I'm a part of the selection panel team. We believe that for any organization to flourish, we need to have a very strong leadership at the helm. So our job or our endeavor to find such a personality will become challenging. Hence, we strive to find the right person at the right time for the right vertical here. So Azmathullah, if you can go to the next slide. Go back to the first slide, please. Yeah. So what are we hiring here? You will hear a lot of repetitions in terms of a lot of my co-panelists have already spoken about a lot of stuff about managing committee members, the criteria that has been set, how they can be onboarded, and what is the requisite that they should be having, and all that stuff. So we are also hiring the managing committee members or executive board members, and we also want to have a very transparency in our system. The reason why I say this is we already have around 100 founder members. If we wanted, we could have undergone the process internally and closed the positions for MC position, but we have not done so. We have gone out to the masses. We want to leave this opportunity in the community. We want the best of a community to be on board. So we want people with domain experts in various fields that I will definitely take you through in the coming slides. And we also we'll be selecting each and every person on merit only. So it doesn't matter if the people are internal members or external members. So we have a easy to approach policy. Anybody and everybody can approach us. Doesn't matter if you're employed, if you're unemployed, you're self-employed, you can always approach us. And we are an equal opportunity employer. Can you go to the next slide, please? In order to get these people on board, the domain experts as such, there was a lot of deliberation that happened to put in place a robust roles and responsibilities that could attract best of talent in the industry. If we can go through some of the points or responsibilities that we have here. So the concerned individual will not only be a domain expert in his or her own field, but will also identify a lot of other sectors pertaining to the concerned domain. They will also identify business size and segment. They will also deliver end-to-end revenue model in order to bring revenue for the Chamber of Commerce. So this is going to be a very attractive position for any individual, and our intention is to attract the right kind of talent. Next slide, please. So you can also see a few other points based on the responsibility of the MC member. He has to have real commitments here. What we are looking is the individual, even though this is an NGO kind of a setup, he cannot take his position lightly. He has to be a person who can deliver, and he has to be accountable. If this position will be target oriented, and if he is not able to satisfy, then by the rules of the bylaws, he has to step down. So very stringent and strict rules and regulations we have here for the hiring of MC, and this is just to keep people challenged at all times. So this is definitely not going to be a piece of cake, but for those people who strive for excellence, this is an excellent opportunity. Can you go to the next slide, please? So we've already started hiring. You can contact me. You have the number there, and anybody interested to post their resumes can use the email ID that has been presented across there. Next slide, please. So initially, we deliberated on a lot of listed items that we need to take care to go forward for the selection process. So as I said, we did a lot of deliberation on the job description and setting the criteria. We also had to channel this across to different marketing outlets or sources like the other social medias, be it the Facebook, be it Twitter, be it WhatsApp, you name it. And once we had an application form in place and we started resumes, we also need to have a resume repository. And we already have that in place, and the screening, alhamdulillah, has already started. So we are in the process of getting interviews, and some of the verticals that we are looking at, when we drafted the job description, we had to keep in mind that we are addressing a lot of the other domains, domain experts. So we had to have a common job description. We had to address a lot of other domains like IT, ITS, be it pharma, be it FMCG, BFSI, even sports and cultural activities per se. So can you go to the next slide, please? So how many positions are you hiring for? We are hiring 21 members, although it's mentioned 14 here, it's 21 members. And who can apply? Members who are founder members, as well as people who are externally, who are well-versed in their current domains, they can apply. And there is absolutely no distinction whatsoever. As I already said, it's going to be a very clean and clean hiring as such. There's not going to be any biased nature. We will give equal opportunity to one and all. And of course, the selection process is something that we have kept it very short, including the screening. We will have 3 rounds of interview. I'll go through the flowchart in a while, in the next slide. And once we have a screening, first round of interview and the final face-to-face interview, we will select a MC person on board, and he's good to go. So can you please go to the next slide, please? So here's a self-explanatory flowchart. We are currently looking at resumes only from South India and from Maharashtra. So we will be screening them, shortlisting them, and having set up an interview panel and selecting them in place. And what happens to these people who don't make it to the first round or second round or don't even qualify in the screening round? We have a repository, as I said. We will keep them aside, and we will see if we can incorporate them in all the others, lot of other subcommittees that we have in place other than the MC roles. So that's it from my side. My friend, my colleague, my co-panelist, Mr. Umair will take over from here. Thank you. We'll keep the question and answers to the last.
Assalamu alaikum. As Mr. Faruk mentioned, this is a very important area, and this actually defines how we are going to work and how the organization is going to go forward in terms of conducting the businesses and enrolling further members and growing the chamber as well. I would quickly like you to go, like to walk you through the process of application, which is very important. We have brainstormed a lot on how do we simplify the application so that it reaches maximum number of people. So basically the strategy which we have come up with is we have an application form wherein the applicants can key in the required details, general details, you know, the name, other things and feedbacks and their general qualification and the interest in the profile will be taken in that particular form. And then also the interested candidate or applicant has to submit a resume through email, and this will go through a selection process, as Mr. Faruk mentioned. So once the selection process is done, the best selected MC, the best selected candidate for MC will be finalized, shortlisted based on the merit, transparency, and we will be giving equal opportunity as we discussed. Going to the next slide, please. Mr. Azmath, next slide. Okay. So here, what exactly is the number of applications which we are looking for in terms of starting the process? We are ideally looking for 100 to 150 profiles which are matching our criteria based on merit. And we have around 100 applicants right now on the portal. As you can see, I took the screenshot yesterday. This is just like within 2 days, we got this responses, alhamdulillah. So yeah, moving on to the next slide, please. Okay, here it shows the applicants where all they have applied. You know, as you can see, they have we have applicants across different domains, and some places we have less competition, and there are more chances for the applicants who have applied to get selected, shortlisted. So I really encourage people watching here to spread the word to the people who are interested to apply in these domains, which are actually not that competitive right now. Going on to the next slide, please. We are here to do our best with our team, which consists of Mr. Nurul Amin, Syed Jawad Bhai, myself, Mr. Tufail, Mr. Tanveer, Ms. Tabassum, Ms. Shakira Khanam, Ms. Ansari, and others. And also, I'd like to say this should be very, very important before we close this discussion. Since the inception, we have constantly been on our toes to implement measures to reach out the last deserving candidate in a community so that the merit is not lost, and our team is accountable to ensure the most active and the most suitable candidate selected for their roles. Thank you so much for.
Thank you, Azeem bhai, for your kind this thing. Myself and Azmathullah are the main person behind all these things happening here. The IT background. We are from the IT background, and we are the part of IICCB. So, what is our role and responsibility as a media and PR here? Is we are going to set up a robust website for the IICCB, which will be a platform to a lot of members, which have a lot of facilities inside. What are the things which you are talking about? The selection process, the bylaws, the governing bodies, and the trustees, and everything should be a face to an external world, and that is the website. So we are the part of the website team, and myself and Azmat Bhai have gone through a lot of things. And with a short duration of time, Alhamdulillah, we have gotten a domain and also we have gotten space. Alhamdulillah, we are on track to build a robust website, inshallah. So going forward, what all the website will offer for its member is it will have an information hub, which is very useful to the members. It helps in run the business efficiently. It brings the innovation in businesses with new technology, network with industry leaders in the sector, showcase their products, offerings, and services. Also, the website will be a gateway to opportunities by networking to the other chamber of commerce. So we will periodically posting the messages of other chambers of commerce, what are their activities and all those things. We also allow membership enrollment on our website through an automated process where the payment of the membership can be done online itself. Then we have we'll showcase the member organizations, their achievement. We give a platform for them to showcase their achievements and their POCs or their case studies. Also, we are going to promote them using some digital marketing tools. There are a lot of things that we are going to do on these things. And also, this website is not just for the businesses, it's also for the individual freelancers, professionals, and the knowledge, what other people who wants to share the knowledge or have a knowledge sharing sessions and seminars and all those things. Next, about the social media, I think Azmat will take over from here. Yeah, about website or social media, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tufail, for the introduction. My name is Azmat. As you must be seeing right from the beginning, I am largely a brand consultant. I have a 15 plus years of experience in handling various corporates across the world. So I have some of the national and international clients who we have been managing the growth traffic online. So being a consultant, where we see what was absolutely a necessity for us is to have a unique identity for IICCB. So the chamber's representation online and offline was very, very important and utmost, of value. So that is when we actually thought through the entire process, and we thought we're going to be having a presence on social media. We're going to be treading very cautiously here because there are so many elements which comes in as a part and parcel when you're representing yourself as an organization on social media, especially in the current scenarios and the kind of reputation that is going around in India, especially. So we are actually looking at the traditional ways of advertising, as Tufail mentioned about the website platform. That is not only going to be a static website; it's going to be more of a dynamic in nature. So that is where we are looking to engage with all the members who are coming in on board of IICCB through engaging them through constant updations on social media channels. So we are looking to establish ourselves across all popular networks, which in the modern times most of the people use it for effectively staying updated and be well informed. So this is where we are going to be setting in a lot of things when it comes to social media. Also, we are going to be training in some of the we're going to be having an exclusive business intelligence and data science team, which is going to be integrating haptic based softwares, and there's going to be plenty of engagement which is going to happen from our side on social media. So we also have online media channels.
So this is a unique opportunity. As you know, most of the physical engagement and the events and exhibitions and expos and everything is totally cut off due to the pandemic situation at the moment. So largely a lot of businesses have been heavily impacted because of this. So we were thinking that all the small medium enterprises and the startup companies will not be in a position to kind of self-host or do the live streaming or a webinar of this kind, which is technically right, and have the setup. So in case if they have to go and hire a studio outside, it's going to cost them a lot. So we were thinking that this is a very, very important step where we will nurture and also provide assistance in terms of for the members' benefits, that we will train them and also provide the video conferencing facility. So this will add a lot of advantage in weight for your organization, where we see most of the startups would like to look big in terms of their facilities and all that. So when we actually handhold you, we're going to be giving you this platform, or hire a platform facility through our network, where you can do your product launches and you can do online webinar just like what we are doing right now. And also you can use this particular live stream for your market study and market strategies and market research and whole lot of things. And this can also be looked at as a platform where you can actively engage with your audiences as well, or your customers or patrons. Right. Yeah, Tufail, I want you to cover the business network and directly, please.
The next important thing is the PR part of the thing. The whole Chamber of Commerce is responsible for its members branding and all those things. So we will have an extensively and a dedicated team in PR, which will build a positive image about our community and the business success what we have done. So we'll be networking with other countries and trade organizations. We'll be publishing our businesses online or as well as on yellow pages. We'll be gathering the information data from all the sources and collating and distributing to other members. Also, the public relations, we have a dedicated team wherein we look out for the other countries and also holding a trade show and representing ourselves as a Muslim community Chamber of Commerce. So, whole thing. We move to the next slide. So for all this, we need a dedicated team, and we have already have a few of our talented people in IT department and IT team, which are keeping this. Everything what till now has happened is in WhatsApp, Zoom meetings, and everything. We are distributed across the world, and we as an IT team have integrated these people to come into the platform and come up with this platform in a very short notice of time. So this is the power of the technology, and that is what we want to utilize for our Ummah. So Alhamdulillah, our community have very brilliant talents and extensive experience in this field of information technology and communication. IICCB will give opportunity to all those who are willing to contribute to this cause. So we are open. We have an dedicated IT department wherein you can chip in with your expertise for us. So Alhamdulillah, this is what we are going to do in the media and the PR vertical. We are open for the questions and also the general question answer. Thank you for your time.